Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next NBC game of the week. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Let's get everybody in the mood while I'm setting up the final things here.
Right here on NBC.
Okay, it may not matter how I set this up. I'm just going to run out of room, I think. But we shall see. This is the Yankees and the Tigers, by the way, in case you're curious. 1975. Game was played April the 19th. Tigers won this game 8-3 in real life. Let me get this on the computer so I can see what's going on. Let's get this where I need it so I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, there we go. Now let's see what you guys are seeing here. Doing this a little bit earlier than usual because of the fact that there is a storm coming through the area. And I don't know if we'll lose power or not. It's supposed to be some heavy thunderstorms with some winds, so you never know if you're going to lose power or not. So that's why I did this a little bit earlier. Usually I like to hold it back to about 1:30 or 2, but didn't want to take a chance. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? RJL, good to see you. Kenyon and Brandon. Four-man bullpen, you got it. Actually, yeah, it's tight. One for the Yankees, it's well, both teams it's a four-man bullpen. Actually, there is a fifth guy in Detroit's bullpen, but I did look at the game previous to this one, and well, I'm sorry, Laren LeGros is a part-time starter, and actually was a closer for the White Sox in '77, but he's primarily a starter for the Tigers. He did have 7 relief appearances. He does not pitch for 3 days, so it's possible we could use him, but he's a last resort in case I run out of these guys. That's kind of, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Hello, Tex, how are you doing? It's kind of interesting how um, uh, it kind of fit in with your Yankees Tiger thing. I'm gonna have to move this up just a bit, I think. Let me move this up to make sure I get everything in camera. So I think I'm gonna have to get this up here a little higher so you can see the line score. Hopefully that now shows up. I can still put my little thingy here for the base running. All the Yankee outfielders have -1 arm, so it's gonna be tough for the Tigers to take extra bases, it would appear, on here. So got your starting lineups right there. The benches for both teams are here, so I might put the benches over here because I still need to fit in the stadium card at some point. I guess I'll put the stadium card right there. Looks like that would fit everything as far as I can tell. Line score is a little bit crooked there, so let's try to fix that. See if we can't fix this. Most of this is an RJL setup that I'm just trying to be similar to because it seemed to work for him. So why, if it ain't broke, don't, why fix it? As far as having the little out things here and the base running advancement and so forth. All right, Brandon, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I do have the player cards here. One player is out of uniform. I will warn you that now. Nate Colbert got traded to Montreal, so he's in the game for Detroit, but he is in the Montreal uniform. Everybody else is in their appropriate uniform the way they should be, which is always a nice thing to do. Yes, RJL, as they say, what do they say? What's that expression? Sincerest form of flattery is, not copying. What's the right word for it? Imitation. Yeah, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So there you go. I don't know if you should be flattered or not, but whole other issue. I do have the score sheet off of Baseball Sim Research, and you can see the actual game was won by the Tigers 8-3. Don't need to write the ratings in here because I got them on the cards and they're very easy to see. So Tigers have a couple +1 arm outfielders, but for the most part, it might be tough sledding to get extra bases. Just as a teaser for the next 2 weeks, this is the schedule for the next 2 weeks. We're going to have, next week, we're going to be in San Francisco. The Dodgers are going to take on the Giants. And then the following week, Brian can finally be happy. We're going to have the Reds as they host the Atlanta Braves. So those are the next 2 weeks on the schedule. Let me get the dates on the games here for you guys. Today's on the schedule for today's game is scheduled to be April the 19th. So the 26th will be the Dodgers and the Giants. I believe that's the date that they play, is the 26th. Let me double check that and make sure I'm giving you the correct dates for these, because some of these could be an American League games, a National League game or American League game stuck in between. So let me just double check that to make sure I'm giving you the right information. I don't want to be incorrect here. So let's go back to 75. Make sure I am correct. Yep, I am correct. Actually, we're in the National League for the next 3 weeks. Next week is Los Angeles, San Francisco. That's an April 26th game. The replay day is April 26, 1975. And then on May 3rd, 1975 is Atlanta at Cincinnati. And May 10th is Houston at Montreal, 1975. So won't get back to an American League game until the 17th, which is Milwaukee at Minnesota. So we got some National League games coming. So we do have a DH in this game, of course, but the next 3 weeks after this, it'll be back to pitchers hitting, double switches, using up all the bullpen, running out of room on my thing here, and everything else. And actually, just noticed I did not hook up my microphone into the phone here, so probably getting a little bit of the volume's probably not quite as good as it should be. Hopefully it's better now that I've got the microphone hooked up. Just trying to get everything else together. Score sheet, I must have to keep that out of the way because I don't have enough room on the table for it. I'll keep it in my lap, I guess. Might be the best way to do it. Yes, double switches, NL double switches. We love them. Dice, both teams have similar colors, so we're going with basic blue and white dice today. And of course, Tiger Stadium. You can take a look at Tiger Stadium. It adds 2 to strikeouts, but takes away 4 on walks, which is very, very unusual, I would think. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs, straight up home runs, and there's also a ballpark check right here at 6-4. So that's the potential for home run there. So there's 6 potential, actually it's 2 of them there. So it's actually 7 potential home run chances at Tiger Stadium. So keep an eye on that as well. Let's see, will this still show up if I put it that far to the side? I think it will, hope it will. Yep, it will. Okay, cool. All right, so it looks like everything is in there the best that I can get it. I don't know if there's any way to do it any nicer than that. Let's see if I can go just a little bit higher on the line score so that you can see it better. All right, that may be the best I can do right there. Maybe I'll try to use this going forward for all my inside pitch stuff. So that seems to be the best I can do. I will use a Sharpie on the line score so it shows up much better than ink and then blue ink. So Tex, if you're talking about the Yankee series, yes, that is correct. I will be rolling. I just finished playing the other 3 Toronto games last night. Yankees and Toronto split the 4-game set. So the next video in that series or that replay will be the first game of the Orioles series, which was played on April 15th, 2022. So I hope to do that sometime next week. Also going to be doing the Stratomatic Demolition League Game 2 is coming up as well, Seattle and Houston. Once I finish Seattle and Houston, then I'll be able to focus more on the Yankees 2022. Once I get that Seattle-Houston thing off my plate, the Saturday afternoon games aren't much of a prep for that, so I can put all my efforts into the Yankees for the 2022 payoff pitch replay. All right, hello Tim, how are you doing? Good to see you. If you're on the East Coast, especially Northeast or Mid-Atlantic, I think you're like me and potentially going to run into some storms here, but we'll see. Mickey Lolich is finishing up his warm-up tosses and leading things off in a strange position. Roy White is playing first base today. I guess that's a left-right thing because Chris Chambliss, a lefty, has been benched versus the left-hander. In fact, the Yankees have Chambliss and Ron Blomberg, who's a lot of times a DH. He's also benched, so a couple of lefties are on the bench. So maybe they're trying to get as many right-handed hitters in there as possible. Mickey Lolich was 12-18 with a 3.77 ERA. He can face 32 batters. Jim Hunter can face 33, so you might not need much of a bullpen as long as they're effective. And hopefully these pitchers will be around a lot longer than Bob Gibson was last week, but we shall see. All right, if everybody's saying it's looking halfway decent, we're going to go ahead and roll on. And the game of the week is underway. The 6-4, and that is a strikeout chance right off the bat for Lolich. 19, though, is way too high for that. So we move on to Roy White against the lefty. 4-6 for Roy White. It's a star 3, and that's going to be a ground ball to third, and there's one away. So Roy White grounds it to Aurelio Rodriguez. Easy 5-3 ground out for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Elliot Maddox, the center fielder. Pretty good center fielder, 4 with a 0 error rating and a -1 arm, so pretty good. Lolich, 4-5, and that is a blank to a righty. Lefty, it would have been an out, but to a righty, it's a blank. Go to Maddox, 3-6, ground ball to short, so 2 ground ball outs off Mickey Lolich. He's getting that ground ball working, keeping his infielders engaged. That one's to Tom Verizon. He makes the play. 2 down for Alex Johnson. Johnson is the designated hitter in this game. He only had 119 at bats, so he doesn't have the splits. He's straight up here. Lolich, 4-2 against a right-hander, though. He doesn't have splits here, but he affects the card here. So as a right-hander, it's a blank. He gets to swing. 3-6, and it's a fly to right to end the inning. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Mickey Lolich. Dispatches the Yankees pretty easily here in the first. And after 1/2 inning to play here at Tiger Stadium, it's the Yankees 0. And the Tigers coming to bat against the Catfish, Jim Hunter. And Ron LaFleur is going to lead things off. Hunter, 3-3. That's a blank. We go to Ron LaFleur. 2-4, and that's a liner to short. Snagged over there by Jim Mason. So LaFleur hit it hard, but right at Mason, and there's one away for second baseman Gary Sutherland. 3-6 is the ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for the first time, so we'll bring that in a little bit closer. Tiger Stadium gets the call. 1-5, it's a single pass second base, so Gary Sutherland, thanks to Tiger Stadium, gets the first hit of the game. It belongs to Gary Sutherland. Sutherland now, there is a pickoff chance for Hunter, so we will do the strat roll, even though there's no chance to run for Sutherland. There is a outside chance of a 5% chance of a pickoff if we roll a 20. And there's no 20, so no pickoff. So here's Willie Horton, here's a who, designated hitter. Infield looking for 2 at double play depth. Catfish, 6-4. Possible error on a throw. Horton, 3-3. A liner right to first, right to the pitcher. Jim Hunter is going to snag that for out number 2. Is he going to pick off the runner? First, we have to see if there's an error on a throw. He's a 9. He's an 11, so that means he's going to throw it away. Now, RJL, I might need you on this one. Do you check for the double play chance first, or do you check for the error on the throw first? I'm thinking you check for the error on the throw first. So So I don't know. He's an 11. That's a 9. So I'm thinking that's a throwing error on the double play chance, if I got that correct. Let's see. On line drive to the pitcher, runner first is doubled off on a 1-4, but there's an error on the throw. So I'm thinking it's going to be an error on Hunter, and I would check the receiver, first baseman Roy White, to see if he keeps that ball from going by him. I think that's the way you would play that. Roy White's a 2. It gets by him, so Sutherland now with a 3 or less can advance to second base. He does not. He stays at first. So I think I did that correctly. It's going to be an actually it's going to be an error to get him to second, but he won't get to third. So he will go to second because there has to be an error charge somehow on the throw. So it's going to be an E1 that's going to get him to second base on the throw, but he doesn't get third base. And that's going to bring up Nate Colbert. Horton is out on the line drive for out number 2. And that brings up Nate Colbert. Maybe, Brian, if you're looking, you can double check me on that ruling too. But I think that's the way it should have gone. If I had rolled less than his BR rating, I think he would have gotten third. But since I didn't, I think he was held up at second. All right, strategy roll for Hunter. Check for a pickoff, and there is none. So here's Nate Colbert. Hunter to Colbert. 4-4 is a strikeout chance. That is a 6. Colbert definitely strikes out a lot, and that's going to end the inning. Stadium even makes it worse. But Catfish gets out of it and works around his throwing error. We get the strikeout. And at the end of 1, we got no score from Tiger Stadium. And I expect a good pitching duel, although, like I said, the real game was 8-3, so I don't know if the bullpens got involved and it went haywire after that or what, but... So we got Thurman Munson. I'm sorry, we got Bobby Bonds, and then we got Thurman Munson. So Bobby Bonds is the right fielder. He will lead things off. 5-6, and that's a straight, not a good chance there or a good play there for Lolich. A 5-6 is a straight up home run chance. Bonds is a 20. It's a 1. Didn't matter what number it was. It's gone. Kaboom, as RJL would say, and that is gone. Bobby Bonds, without the steroids, cracks one, and the Yankees lead it 1-0. Hello, Doug. How you doing? I hope you got there just in time to see that Bobby Bonds home run. The original Mr. 30-30 before Jose Canseco made it popular, and actually he made 40-40 popular, but Bobby Bonds was the original Mr. 30-30. Here's Thurman Munson. Lolich trying to recover. 3-1's a strikeout chance, but 20 is too high. We go to Munson. 1-2 for Munson's a fly to center. That's out number 1. And Lolich is able to retire Munson. And that'll bring up Sweet Lou Piniella. Piniella in left field. 1-6, and against a right-hander, that's a straight-up single for Lou Piniella. So Lolich obviously tougher on the lefties, but in this case, that's why the Yankees are loading their lineups with righties. Lou Piniella gets that base hit, and that's going to bring up one of the few lefties in the lineup, Greg Nettles. So strategy roll. No pickoff chance, so infield double play depth. 2-2, and that's a star line to a lefty, so Nettles is out. Let's see what kind of out it is. It's a 6, fly to center. That's out number 2. So 2 down as Nettles flies out to the floor. And that's going to bring up Sandy Alomar, second baseman. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Lolich, 5-5, strikeout chance 16 is too high. Go to Alomar, 5-2. That's a single past center. Well, let's see. For Detroit, a single to center to get from first to third, you take away 2. So Piniella is only a 1. So with 2 outs, he becomes a 2, but you take away 2. So he can only get to second base. He has no chance to get to third because of the arm of LaFleur. So it is a single. Put runners at first and second. 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Jim Mason. And nothing going on there. So here we go. Lolich 3-4, and that is a strikeout chance. 9 is going to get him. So Mason's out of there on strikes, and that's going to end the inning. 1 run for the Yankees come across on the home run, courtesy of Bobby Bonds. At the end of 1.5, it's the Yankees 1 and the Tigers nothing. Here on the NBC Game of the Week 1975. Replay date is April the 19th, 1975. Now I need to put my cards back so I get them in order here. I don't want stuff strewn all over the place, so it takes a second to get these things back in the little holders the way I need them. So due up for the Tigers will be veteran Bill Freehand. He will lead things off for Detroit. Catfish 1-5, hit by pitch. He's a -3, so no hit by pitch there. Freehand 3-2. That's a double to left field for Bill Freehand. So a leadoff double by Freehand to start the thing for the Tigers, and they're trying to get that run back. Good start with that double, and that'll bring up Dan Meyer. Check for a pickoff for Hunter, and there's nothing going on. The only thing off about when the Tigers play the Yankees in inside pitch is the cards look very, very similar. The only difference is the Tigers are red in these gray areas and the Yankees are blue. But other than that, their cards are almost identical. Here's Hunter 1-5, another hit by pitch chance, but 14 is too high, so we go to Meyer. Catfish working inside. Ground ball to second. That will get Freehand to third automatically. And there's one away, so not really a sacrifice, but kind of acted that way. He did his job, got the runner over. That's basic, fundamental baseball 101. Get that runner to third base with less than 2 outs. And he did it. So now that'll bring up Art James. Infield for the Yankees is in. They don't want to give up a cheap run. James against Hunter. 4-2 is an automatic out. And with the infield in, Freehand has to hold. He'd be a 0. So it's an automatic out, and it's going to be, it's a fly to center, so it could be a sac fly. So hold the phone on that one. But his sacrifice fly rating is a 0. Freehand, though, could score. He's a 2. And the center fielder arm, Maddox, is a -1. So Freehand needs a 1 to score on a sac fly. And he doesn't do it. He has to hold. So not deep enough. Art James is out on the fly to center. And Catfish trying to strand that runner in scoring position. 2 outs now with the runner at third. And that will bring up the shortstop, Tom Verizor. Radji rolling a pickoff, nothing happening. Hunter to Verizor, 6-1's a walk chance, but that's a 20. He only walks at a 7. Stadium even takes away 4, makes it a 3, so way too high for that. So Catfish to Verizor. Or Verizor gets a chance now, rather, because he didn't walk. 5-2, and against a right-hander, that's a single past second base. So Verizor, an RBI single, will tie the ball game at 1 apiece. Verizor beat the odds, got that single, and that has tied the game. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Aurelio Rodriguez. Verizor has an attempt of 1, but nothing's happening. Hunter 3-6 is the ballpark card going to the Tiger Stadium rather. Tiger Stadium card. .65, and that's a home run possibility to center field. That's a 17. Let's see here. Home run center field. That's a 17, but he's only a 9. So it will not be a home run. It'll be a fly out to center field. And that's going to end the inning. So Rodriguez flies deep to center, but not deep enough for the home run. Inning is over, but the Tigers do tie the score at 1. And we go to the third. All tied up at a run apiece. I am kind of sort of looking to chat best I can, but sometimes I get engrossed in the game, forget that there's a chat there. So if I don't comment on something, that's the reason why. That's why I usually prefer to do recorded games. I'm more comfortable that way, but I thought the NBC Game of the Week kind of would flow better with a live thing. So coming up for the Yankees will be the top of the order and Roy White. Roy White grounded to third his first trip. Lolich 2-5 is a range play. 5-4, and that is a fly to center. We're checking the range of LaFleur. He is a 3. And he can't get it. Is it a single or a double? It is a double for Roy White. Expansive Tiger Stadium out there in center field. And LaFleur couldn't get to it, so that will be a leadoff double for Roy White. Yankees looking to retake the lead. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Lolich to Elliott Maddox. 5-5 is a strikeout chance, but 16 is too much. Go to Maddox. 1-1. It's a star 1, which is a ground ball to second. And that will get White to third automatically. So he did his job too. Boy, talk about doing the fundamentals. We're seeing it here in 1975. 2022, they'd be going for the fences, but in 75, they're playing by the numbers. And now with one out, they're going to bring the infield in, try to choke the runoff. Strategy roll 1, but they're not going to try to steal home. So Lolich to Johnson, 4-1. That is a possible error on a ground ball. Johnson 2-1, grounder to second, and that is a 1. So that's going to be an error on Sutherland, and that will allow Roy White to score despite the infield being in. Maybe that's why he booted it, because he didn't have enough chance to react, and they tack him with an error, E4, and that's going to score the run, put the Yankees back in the lead 2-1. Hello, Bobby. How are you doing? Anybody else I missed? I hope I didn't miss anybody. Doug, Dwayne, I think I got everybody so far. RGL's quiet, but I think he's driving. That's probably why. All right, strategy roll. 5, nothing's happening. Infield double play depth. 4-6 is a strikeout chance, and a 4 will get him. So Bobby Bonds homered his first time up. This time he whiffs, and that's out number 2. And that'll send us to Thurman Munson. Infield back to normal. Hello, Jimmy B. How are you doing? Lolich 3. It's an attempt at 3 for Johnson, so he's got a chance to steal, but it's not a very good chance. He's an 8. -2 would be a 6. Free hands a -1 would be a 5. So they're going to call the steal off here and let him pitch. 4-3 as a blank to Thurman. Munson, 6-2 is a star 4. It's ground ball to short, and that'll end the inning as Verizon will flip to Sutherland for the force play, 6-4, to end the inning. But the Yankees reclaim the lead thanks to the error by Sutherland that opened the door. And we go to the bottom of the third, a 2-1 lead now for the Yankees. Tigers will have to try to respond in kind, and they will step up to the plate with their leadoff man, Ron LaFleur. LaFleur doubled and scored his first trip up. Catfish 2-5, possible error on a ground ball. 3-1, single to center. No error there with the 17, but Ron LaFleur, leadoff single, and he's going to be looking to maybe get a jump here. He needs a 1-6. Doesn't get it, so no jump there. Here comes Sutherland. He made that error. See what he can do here. Infield is double play depth. Hunter, 2-5. Possible error on a ground ball again. 5-5 is a star 6, which is a ground ball to short. That's a 9. Mason's an 11. That will be an error. That will be an error. So he boots it. One error deserves another, I guess. E6 should have been a double play, but instead, it is an error on Jim Mason. Puts runners at first and second. Still nobody out. I forgot to move this from last inning. First and second, nobody out. Infield double play depth. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Hunter, 5-4. Strikeout chance, 9. Got him. So maybe Hunter figures he's got to do it himself. He strikes out Willie Horton, who didn't hear a who on that one. Didn't hear anything but a whiff. And there's one away. Good to hear, RJ. I'll just enjoy your safe driving. Be safe on the roads. Hunter, strategy roll, 12. Nothing on the 12. Here comes the pitch to Colbert. 4-6 on Hunter is a home run question mark against a right-hander. He's a full 1-20, so that passes. So 1-16 for Colbert to hit the home run. And he does. It's kaboom, a 3-run home run for Nate Colbert. He got a 14. All he needed was a 16. Nate Colbert crushes a 3-run homer off of Catfish Hunter. And the Tigers have reclaimed the lead 4-2. And boy, the error there by Mason really did it. Should have been a double play to get him out, make it 2 out spaces empty. But when you don't get the double play, bad things happen. And that's just what happened to Mr. Catfish. And he's not too happy about it. He may have a talk with Mr. Mason at the end of the inning. Catfish not very happy whatsoever. All right, so it's all of a sudden it's a 4-2 Tiger lead. Expected a pitching duel, and we're getting some runs. 3-5, and that is a strikeout chance, but 16 is too high, so Freehand will get the swing. 1-1. He's going to line it hard to short. Mason does make this catch, and that's out number 2. So 2 down, base is clear for Dan Meyer. 4-4, and that's a strikeout chance. 20 of those way too high. Go to Mayer, or Dan Meyer, actually. That's how it's pronounced. Dan Meyer. 4-4 is a star 4, which is a fly to right, put away out there by the right fielder, Bobby Bonds, rather. I knew I'd say Barry at least once. Bobby Bonds puts it away to end the inning, but damage done. 3-run shot off the bat of Nate Colbert, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Tigers. And now Mickey Lolich looking to protect that lead to start the 4th inning. He's going to be facing Sweet Lou to lead off. Sweet Lou Piniella. Sweet Lou singled his last time up. Lolich, 3-6, home run question mark, but against a righty, it's only a 1. So no home run there. Of course, Piniella didn't hit any home runs in real life, so he had no chance anyway, but he will swing. 2-4, and he gets the single against the left-right split advantage against the pitcher, and singles past Lolich for a base hit. So Piniella now 2 for 2. 2 singles, and that'll bring up Greg Nettles. Lefty on lefty. Nettles flew to center his first chance. Strategy roll for a pickoff for Lolich, and that's a 20. So 1-3 is going to be a pickoff. That's a 4. Piniella just slid back in. Lolich to Nettles, 1-5. That's an automatic out on the star line. Let's see what the star line is. It's a 1, which is a ground ball to second. Possible double play. Nettles is a 2. Nothing there. The pivot is the shortstop. And the shortstop in this case for Reiser is a -1. So we have to have a 1 for a double play. I'm sorry, I have to have a 2 for a double play. 1 or 2. And he gets it. So how about that? Despite the pivot being -1, he gets the double play. It's going to go 4-6-3 for 2 quick outs. Talk about a rally killer. Greg Nettles just killed it with the double play. So 2 outs, base is clear for Sandy Alomar. And the Yankees, near the bottom of the order, probably not looking to get a big rally going in this inning. Lolich 5-3 is a possible error. That could start something maybe. Alomar 5-6 is a grounder back to Lolich, but he's a 0 error rating, so no problems there. Lolich will toss over to the first baseman Colbert to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, still 4-2, favor of the Bengal Tigers. And Catfish will come back out. And let's see who's coming up for the Tigers. It will be Art James. And I admit I don't know a whole lot about Art James. He had 40 at-bats on the season, and that's probably why I don't know much about him. But he's in there. Here's Catfish, 2-1, and against the lefty, that's a blank. So we go to Art James. 1-1, he's going to single to right field. So how about that? Art James with the leadoff single. And that'll send us up to Tom Verizor, shortstop. Attempt of 8 for James. He has a good base. He had stole 1 base, so he's got an attempt of 8. But that's a 20. Chance for a pickoff for Jim Hunter, but it has to be a 1. And it's not a 1. It's a double 1. So 11's not going to cut it. Hunter to Verizor. 1-6. That's a strikeout chance because he's not tired, so he will strike out Verizor. And that will be out number 1. So 1 down. Double play now gets him out of the inning for Aurelio Rodriguez. Strategy roll again. 20, another chance to pick off. Has to be a 1, though. Nope, no 1. So Hunter to Rodriguez. 5-5, double question mark. That's a pitcher result. Right-hander, though, has to be a 1, and that's a 9, so no problems there. No out there. Rodriguez will swing. 1-1 is a double to center field for Aurelio Rodriguez. Let's see if James can score. The double to center against the Yankees. A double to center ends up being a 0 result when you add in the arm of the center fielder. So James is a 4. 1-4, he will come around to score. And he does. And since it's a 1, we check Rodriguez and see if he takes third or not. He is a 1, so this has to be a 1. He does not. He holds at second. So RBI double for Aurelio Rodriguez. And just like that, the Tigers now have a 5-2 lead. And Catfish is a little perplexed. And we're back to the top of the order now for Ron LaFleur. Bullpen activity for the Yankees, as they do have Larry Gura, a lefty, loosening the pen. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Hunter to LaFleur. 5-1, possible error. That's the last thing the Yankees lead is another error. LaFleur, 3-4 is a ground ball to short. That's a 19, so Mason won't boot this one. He will make the play. And with it being to short, let's see if the runner can get... No, he's a 1. He can't get there, so... Slow running. Rodriguez at second will hold there. So with 2 outs, it's up to Gary Sutherland to extend the lead. Nothing on the strategy roll. Hunter to Sutherland. 2-4, and that's a walk chance. 5. He walks at the 12. Even the -4 from the stadium won't prevent that, so Sutherland will draw the free pass. And he's been on base all 3 times, one of them via an error. But he has been on base all 3 times. First walk issued by either pitcher, I do believe. Now I'm looking at my score sheet. That is the first walk issued by either pitcher. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Willie Horton. Here's a who. Nothing on the strategy. Hunter, 3-6 ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for Willie Horton. That's a 6-1. It's a single to left field for Willie Horton. Will that score the run? Rodriguez is a 1, but with 2 outs, it becomes a 2. Single to left, though, is a -3. I'm sorry, it's a 0. I was looking from first to third. A 0, so that's going to be a total of 2. He will need a 2 or less to score, will Rodriguez. He does not. He holds. So the bases are now loaded on the single by Willie Horton. It does load the bases. And this is the tipping point here because here comes Nate Colbert who hit the 3-run homer his last time up. So this could be all or nothing here for Catfish. He could be done after this. Strategy roll for a pickoff still in play, but no 20. So Hunter to Colbert. 4-5. That's a strikeout chance. 9 will get him. And so Catfish gets a modicum of revenge. And also keeps the Tigers off the scoreboard, keeps the score at 4-2. I'm sorry, they got a run. My bad. Look at my score sheet. It's actually 5-2. I don't have whiteout, unfortunately, so that is a 1 there. But it is 5-2. They did score a run. Art James did score on a double by Sutherland, so I don't want to cheat the Tigers out of a run. They did score the run, so make sure I got that corrected. It is now 5-2 Tigers after 4. And Catfish is... They say cats have 9 lives. I don't know how many lives Catfish has, but it's probably not too many left because he's pushing it. And they may decide to go to Larry Gura next inning, although Catfish is their ace, so he is given some latitude, but not a whole lot when you're down 5-2. All right. Leading off for the Yankees to start. The top of the fifth will be Jim Mason, number 9 hitter. Struck out his first chance against Lolich. 6-2. He's going to strike out again on a strikeout plus from Lolich. And Mason 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and an error. So not a good day for Mr. Mason. Playing more like Perry Mason than Jim Mason. Here's Roy White. Lolich 1-4. Wild pitches, ball 1. 6-1 strikeout chance, and he got him with a 1 on the D20. That was automatic. So Roy White out on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lolich. He's got some energy here, getting a second wind. And here's Elliot Maddox. Maddox, 1-3 from Lolich is a strikeout chance, but 17 is too much. Go to Maddox. 1-5. He's going to single past center field, or out to center field rather, so the inning continues. On the single from Maddox, his first hit of the game. We'll bring up Alex Johnson. Maddox, attempt of 3. Strategy rolls are still on. Attempt of 3. 10, nothing's happening. Lolich to Johnson. 3-4 is a strikeout chance. 12 will get him. So down on strikes goes Alex Johnson, and down go the Yankees. And they come away empty-handed. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's still 5-2 Tigers. And Mickey Lolich still seemingly pretty much in control. And do it for the Tigers. Start the bottom of the fifth against Catfish will be Bill Freehan. Freehan doubled and lined to short. 1 for 2. Against Catfish. 3-2 is a range play. Go to Bill Freehan for a range play. 3-6, it's a single past third, but it is a range check on Nettles. Nettles' range, though, is a 5. He could take this away. And he does. Oh, and I can hear the rain out there. I don't know if it's coming through on the video or not, but I can hear the rain pouring. Don't see a whole lot of wind out there just yet, but I can hear the rain. So, good thing I got my to-do list done early to beat the storm. All right, next up is Dan Meyer for the Tigers. Meyer 0 for 2. Catfish 1-4. It's blank to a lefty, so Meyer will get the swing. 2-4, and that's a ground ball to second, easily handled by Alomar for out number 2. Catfish trying to get a 1-2-3 inning out of this, which would be a rarity for him. He hasn't had one yet. Art James is back up now with 2 down. Four, 5, and that's a strikeout chance. A 1 will take care of it. So Catfish does get that 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the 6th with the score still 5-2 in favor of the Tigers. And boy, it's coming down like cats and dogs out there now, that's for sure. Glad I am inside. That's all I can say. But they are saying it could be up to an inch of rain. It's coming down in buckets, no doubt. I'm in just outside of Petersburg, Virginia, just south of Richmond. About 20 miles south of Richmond, so that's where I'm at. And we are getting a pretty good line of storms. Supposed to be thunderstorms. I haven't heard any thunder or seen any lightning yet. All I'm seeing now is rain, but I think this is the very front end of the storm. It's supposed to rain pretty much all day. So, and it just started, so it's I'm sure the worst stuff is yet to come. All right, Bobby Bonds will lead off the top of the 6th for Lolich. He's homered and struck out. Feast or famine. 2-1 is a walk plus to Bobby Bonds, so he will draw the free base on balls. What the Yankees need to get back in the game are base runners. No power outages yet. Crossing our fingers. I mean, if it does, it's no problem. phone's got plenty of charge. My laptop's got plenty of charge, and the only thing might be the lighting might be a little difficult if the power goes out. But otherwise, I'm gonna keep rolling. Bonds is on with the walk. His attempt is a 6. Strategy rolls are still on. 16, nothing happening. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Lolich 4-5, and that is a blank to Thurman Munson. So Munson gets the swing. 6-2, star 4 is a ground ball to short. Possible double play. He is a 3 double play rating. Nothing on the pivot. They are halfway, makes it a 4. And the pivot at second base for the Tigers, Sutherland's a 0. So 1-4, and we got a double play. And we do. So Thurman hits him to the 6-4-3 twin killing. Second double play hit into by the Yankees. Really is thwarting their rallies by these double plays. So 2 quick outs with nothing going on, and Sweet Lou, the batter. I don't know if it may not come up. It may not. The rain outside may not be. You may not be able to hear it on the microphone. I don't know, but I certainly can hear it. It's definitely coming down in sheets, no doubt. All right, here is Piniella. Lolich 6-5. Pitcher result 1-12 is a single. That's a 1. So Lou Piniella will get a single. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. It is pretty heavy. I can verify it by looking out the window. It's very, very heavy. But fortunately, I'm inside, so where it's all safe and secure. Let's see. Nettles is the batter. Piniella has no chance to move anywhere, but there's a pickoff chance. 15, nothing going on. All right, here is Lolich to Nettles. 6-3, ballpark card going to Tiger Stadium for the at-bat of Nettles. That's a 5-4, and that is a single to right field. Let's see if Piniella can get to third or not. Single to right, to go from first to third, you gain 3. He's a 1, makes that a 4, but there are 2 outs, makes it a 5. So anything other than a 6, he will make it for sure. And he does, and since it's a 1, it's a chance for Nettles to move up on the single. He's a 1-3. He does not make it. He holds it first. So runners now in the corners. So after the double play, we have runners on the corners for the Yankees and Sandy Alomar, the batter. Yankees do have some bench players they could go to if they felt like they needed a spark on the offensive side. They do have Fred Stanley. Chicken Stanley could play second base, and they could bring in another hitter if they thought it would help. Alomar on the game, is 1 for 2, so they're going to let him stay in there. Strategy roll, nothing happening. All right, here's Lolich. 3-4, and that's a strikeout chance, 11. He's a 9, but the stadium adds 2, so the 11 fits, and Sandy Alomar will strike out with runners at the corners and 2 outs. And the Yankees just had all kinds of problems. The Yankees get a walk and 2 hits, but come away empty-handed, thanks to a double play. And also thanks to the ineffective hitting with runners in scoring position. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and it will be Tom Verizor to lead it off versus Hunter. Hunter has faced 26 batters. He can face 33, so he's still okay for now. Verizor. 4-6 from Hunter. That's a home run question mark. That passes on a 1-20. So, because the 1-20 fits there. So, 1-7 for Verizor. 19's not going to do it. Now, that's an interesting call on that one. I don't know how you guys feel about playing that. Maybe it's because when I rolled the D20 originally, the result was a 4 on the at bat. The result was a 4 on the D20. Since his home run question mark is a 1-20, would you use the D20 at all for that result, or would you save it for the batter? Because if I save it for the batter, then Verizon hits a home run. But if I technically use it on this 1-20, even though it's automatic on a 1-20, then I re-roll for the batter. So kind of iffy there, but I already did it that way, so I'm just going to leave it that way, and we'll just call it that he is out. So, but that's an interesting thought, whether you use that or not. Brian B., you would roll again? Okay, thank you. I feel better about that now. I just happened to notice that the Verizon would have hit a home run that first roll, but so here we go. All right, here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Catfish, 6-1. Walk chance, 18, too high. Rodriguez. 1-2. Grounder to third, and Nettles is there. 2 down. So Catfish has now retired 6 in a row, but it may be too little too late. Here's LaFleur back to the top of the order with 2 outs and the base is clear. LaFleur is 1 for 3, singled, line to short, and grounded to short. Catfish, 5-3 is a blank, one of the few blanks on his card. LaFleur, 1-5, it's a pop to first, and that's going to end the inning. Roy White takes care of that. So 6 innings are in the books here at Tiger Stadium with the score Detroit 5, Yankees 2. And Detroit won the real game 8-3, so we're not too far from that. Mickey Lolich back out. He can face 32 batters. He has faced 26. For Catfish now, he's faced 28, and he can face 33. So he's good for one more inning probably. Top of the 7th, and for the Yankees, it'll be Jim Mason, but I think they're going to call Mason back. They need some offense, so they're going to bring in a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Walt No Neck Williams. Walt No Neck Williams will pinch hit, and Fred Stanley will stay in the game to play shortstop because they got to get some offense going here. So Walt No Neck, well, let's do it this way. Walt No Neck Williams is been used, and Stanley will go in and play shortstop. They still got Oliver Dempsey from the right, Bloomberg, Chambliss, and Herman from the left. But they need to try to spark something here. So Walt No Neck Williams. Let me update my score sheet with that as well. He's pinch hitting, and Stanley, the Chicken Man, Fred Stanley, will take over at short in the bottom of the 7th. Lolich to Williams. 6-6 is and it's a good thing I did make the move. Against a lefty, Mason would have had automatic out, but against a righty, it's a blank, so Williams does get a chance. 4-2, it's ground ball to short, so he made an out anyway, so maybe it didn't work out the way I'd hoped. Not that I care who wins, but if I pinch hit for somebody, I kind of like to see him get a hit to kind of justify the move, but it just didn't happen. Hello, Bernard, how you doing? Bernard Strom, Sports Replays, how you doing, sir? Top of the 7th, 5-2 Tigers lead. 1 out. Here's Roy White, top of the order. 1 for 3 with a double. 1-6, and against the switch hitter batting right-handed, it's a single against Mr. Lolich. So second hit of the game for Roy White. Comes with 1 out. And Roy White has an attempt of 3. It's a 20, though, chance of a pickoff on a 1-3. Lolich will pick him off. And he does. Roy White gets picked off. How do you like that? Down by 3 runs and you get picked off. Lolich snapped it over there, and Colbert put on the tag, and that was it. 2 down. Tough break there. Well, thank you, RJ. I'm glad I'm getting some feedback that several of you would have re-rolled it. I would have felt like it was cheating to use the same roll, although technically, since it was a 1-20, you really didn't need the roll, but I still feel like you have to roll it anyway just because that's part of that at bat. So 1-6. And again, against the same roll, against the right-hander, you're going to give up the single. So Maddox will benefit from that, his second hit of the game. But who knows? Maybe Lolich picks him off. Let's see. Nope, 14. No pick off there at all. Alex Johnson will step to the plate. And for Alex Johnson, he is 0 for 3. Did reach on an error, but he also struck out and flew to right. Lolich, 5-6. That's a straight-up home run chance. Straight-up home run chance. Johnson, though, needs a 4, and that's a 12, so no home run. But Johnson will swing. 1-5, question mark 8. He needs a 11 or less, but that's a 19, so it's just a fly to center to end the inning. So Lolich avoids potential trouble there. And we go to the 7th inning stretch here at Tiger Stadium. Scores remains Detroit 5 and the Yankees 2. And Catfish probably his last inning of work. Let's see who the Tigers have coming up. I'm going to stretch and take a look. Like the rain has stopped. So, quick downpour. It has stopped, but I'm sure there's more coming behind it. So, it's just a lull in the storm, so to speak. So, let's see who's coming up for the Tigers. It is Sutherland, Horton, and Colbert, all righties. So, let's see. It looks like Dick Tidrow has started. The only righty left in the bullpen for the Yankees is loosening, just in case, because the Tigers don't have any lefties at bat. They're all right-handed. So we'll go with Catfish another inning against Gary Sutherland. Numbers 2, 3, 4 to the order. Sutherland, Horton, and Colbert. Sutherland has reached base all 3 times, so a single, a walk, and an error. Catfish 3-6 ballpark car going to Tiger Stadium. 3-1, that's a fly to left, so 1 away. First time they've finally been able to retire Sutherland. 1 down for Willie Horton. Here's a who. And Horton, the designated hitter, comes in 1 for 3. Line to Catfish in the first, struck out in the third, singled in the fourth. Catfish 3-5, and that's a ballpark card again. I'm sorry, no, it's a strikeout chance, and that's too high. So we go to Horton. 1-4, flies to right. 2 down. I read 3-6 instead of 3-5. It was a 3-5, which is the strikeout chance, not the ballpark chance. So 2 down now for Colbert. And Colbert, kind of the difference in the game, that 3-run homer in the third gave the Tigers that 4-2 lead. They have not relinquished it since. Catfish 2-3 is a range play at the park. So we go to Tiger Stadium for a range check. 3-1 is a fly to left. We're checking the range to the left fielder. And that left fielder is Lou Piniella. His range is a 2. Can't get it. Is a single or a double. It is a single to left for Nate Colbert. He is 2 for 4. Struck out twice, homered, and now he singles on the failed range play. So that'll bring up Bill Freehand. Colbert, nothing going on there. Hunter to Freehand. 5-4, that is a strikeout chance, but 15 is too much. Go to Freehand, 1-1, lines at the short, and that's going to end the inning. Snagged by Fred Stanley, the new shortstop. Could have been a double play chance, but that was the third out already, so no worries there. So nothing for the Tigers, and I think that might cap it for Catfish. That probably will take him out and bring in Dick Tidrow in the bottom of the 8th. Lolich can face 32 batters. He has faced a total of 30 so far. So he's on the verge of needing relief. And in the bullpen we have, well, John Hiller's their closer. Let's see, it looks like Tom Walker or Ray Baer. Looks like Ray Baer is going to be in the bullpen for the Tigers, the right-hander. And coming up for the Yankees, it will be Bobby Bonds to lead it off against Lolich. Lolich, 5-5, struck him out. 11 is going to do it. So Bobby Bonds out on strikes, and Lolich still going strong, it appears. Although his batter's face is coming up very quickly. This is, let's see, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. This is batter number 32, so he'll be tired after this one. After he faces Thurman, he will be tired. 1-4, ball 1 on a wild pitch. 6-6, that's a blank to a righty, so Munson will get the swing. 4-5, and that's a question mark 8. Against a lefty, he needs a 12 or less. That's a 5. That's going to be a double for Thurman Munson. Double for Thurman Munson, a 1-out double. His first hit of the game. And that's going to bring up Sweet Lou, and Lolich is now tired. So now the question is, do you go to Bear right now, or do you ask Lolich to bear down? Texag says, let him finish the inning. All right, well, he's got 1 out. He's got 2 outs to get. So if he gives up a run, I'm taking him out. But if he gives up, as long as he doesn't give up a run, I'll keep him in there. So let's see. No attempt really to worry about, but the pickoff chance is still in play. Nope, no pickoff. All right, so Lolich to Piniella. 1-4, and that's a wild pitch chance, and that will be a wild pitch. That'll move Munson to third on the wild pitch. Nothing on the pickoff chance here. Lolich to Piniella. Infield is back. They'll give it the run to get the out. 5-6. That's a straight-up home run chance on a 5-6, but Piniella has a 0 home run chance. He did not hit any home runs in 1975, so no home run chance, but he will swing. 3-1. He lines it to third, the worst place you can line it with a runner on third. He lines it to third, possible double play with a runner on third and a liner to third. You need a 3. If we roll a 3, it's a double play. It's a 5, so Munson gets back, but that's out. Number 2. Lou Piniella hit it hard, but right at the third baseman Rodriguez. And Munson actually fortunate to get back. So now 2 outs, and it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Nettles. But again, if we hit one of those tire rolls, he has to come out automatically. Nothing on the strategy roll. Lolich to Nettles. 5-4 is a walk chance. 13 is going to be too high, so we go to Nettles. 6-4, single pass second, and that's going to do it for Lolich. He gives up the RBI single to Munson, cuts the lead to 5-3, and that's going to do it for Mr. Lolich. He will be lifted, and Ray Bear will be coming on to try to get out of the inning. So Lolich, fine performance, but couldn't quite get it all done. And Ray Bear will be coming on. John Hiller, their closer, is also loosening in the pen, just in case Bear can't get that final out. But they're going to start with Ray Bear. He will be on there. And he will be facing Sandy Alomar. Now, they do have lefties on the bench, but I don't think they have anybody else left to play second base. So they don't have very many infielders. So it looks like they're going to have to go. They're going to have to go with Alomar. All right, Bear. Let's see. Nettles has an attempt of 1, so we'll roll for it. Nope, no attempt. So Bear to Alomar. Righty on righty. 4-3 is a blank. We go to Alomar. Actually, switch here, so it's righty on lefty, but 4-3 is still a blank. Now Alomar, 3-3, and that's a star 3, which is a ground ball to third, and that's going to do it as Rodriguez throws to first to end the inning. Yankees do get a run, cut the lead to 5-3, but that's all they get. And Ray Bear did his job. John Hiller is now loosening the Tiger bullpen, and he would come on to try to close it in the top of the 9th. But we need a pitcher for the Yankees for the bottom of the 8th. Coming up for the Tigers, it'll be James, Verizon, and Rodriguez. Got left, righty, righty. So which way do you want to go in the bullpen? I think they're going to go ahead and go with... Did they go with Tidrow? Yeah, they're going to go with Tidrow. So Dick Tidrow is coming on to pitch. Dick Tidrow. He will be on, and he will face Mr. James. So Dick Tidrow is on. Catfish goes 7 innings and gives up the 5 runs. Not all of them earned, though. There's a couple of errors that hurt them. Hello, Mr. ID. How are you doing, sir? It is a 5-3 Tiger lead, bottom of the 8th. New pitcher Dick Tidrow in to face Art James. Then Verizon and Rodriguez. Tidrow, 4-5. That is a blank. Go to Art James. 5-3 flies to right field, 1 away. So James is out of there, and that brings up the shortstop Tom Verizon. Tidrow, 6-3, range play at the park. So Tiger Stadium, bringing that in a little closer. Range play at the park. 5-3, and we get a, how about that? We get a blank. We got a rare play. That takes the range play out of it and is overridden by the rare play with bases empty. So I'm going to roll 2 D6s with the rare play bases empty chart. We get a 34. So 34 says inside pitch possibly hits batter in the elbow, resolved like a hit by pitch, and if the batter is hit, check for injury. Otherwise, just a ball and repitch. All right. So we got to resolve like a hit by pitch. So we're going to roll a D20. And it's very likely will be a hit by pitch because he's an 8 and Tidrow's a +9. So if we get a 17 or less, it will be a hit by pitch. And we do. So it is a hit by pitch, but we're also resolving for injury since he was hit by the pitch. So, and it says on 34, it says, if the batter is hit by pitch, check for an injury. All right. Injury rating of Verizon is a 3. So looking on here as a 3, he's going to miss, he's going to be out for the game no matter what. So even if you roll a 1, he's still going to miss the game. So they're going to take him out, and they'll have to bring in a new shortstop. Will the Tigers? So let's see who they want to go to at short. Who might they use for a shortstop? Looks like Gene Michael. So Gene Michael is your new shortstop for the Tigers for the injured Tom Verizon. As Tidrow got a little bit feisty with the inside pitch and plunked Mr. Verizon. So now we have Gene Michael pinch running and will stay in the game to play short. And Aurelio Rodriguez, the batter. No attempt for Michael. We'll check for a I appreciate that ID. I'm constantly in a flux of change, trying to get everything to look the best I can get it to look. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Let's see here so we can see everybody over here. I'm limited on what I can show because there's a whole lot of room here to deal with. All right, so we are looking for the strategy roll and nothing happening on the pickoff. So Tidrow pitches to Rodriguez, 2-1, double question mark. That's a pitcher result. Rodriguez is a righty. A 1 to 15 is an automatic out. That's a 17 though, so Rodriguez will not be out. He'll swing instead. 4-6. He's going to ground to third. Possible double play. His double play rating's a 2. Tidrow is a +2 double play rating. Makes that a 4. They were halfway. Makes it a 5. So the pivot at second base is Alomar. He's a +1. That's a 6. So unless this is a 6, it's going to be a double play. 6 is the only way it's not a double play. It's 5. It's still going to be a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn ends the inning. And the reason 6 wouldn't be a double play is when you roll a 6, it's runner advance automatically. Even though their double play ratings total 6, it still doesn't matter. The way the game is configured, 6 is the automatic runner advancement. So we go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Yankees. They trail it 5-3. And John Hiller, the closer, is in for the Tigers. The only lefty in the bullpen, and he's coming in. He's got 14 saves on the season. 2-3 with a 2.17 ERA. Now, due up for the Yankees. Let's see who they've got coming up here in the top of the 9th. Well, they've got Fred Stanley, but he has to hit because they have no other shortstops. So it's going to be Stanley, then the top of the order, Roy White and Elliot Maddox. Top of the 9th, 5-3 Tigers. And as someone once said, will we see 9th inning magic? Hiller, 6-2, possible error on a throw. 2-3 is a star 6, and that is a fly to center, so no throw to worry about. And Stanley, the chicken man, is out of there. So back to the top of the order for Roy White. Yankees down their final 2 outs. Hiller 6-2, another possible error on the throw. Go to Roy White, 5-6. It's a fly to right. So they avoided the errors on the throws 2 times in a row with fly balls. And the Yankees down their final out. It's Elliot Maddox. Maddox is 2 for 4 on the game. 2-2, and that's a walk plus. So if nothing else, at least Elliot Maddox keeps the inning going with a walk. And that brings up the designated hitter, Alex Johnson. He is the tying run at the plate. Attempt for Elliot Maddox is a 4. Nothing happening. Johnson trying to keep it going. Hiller trying to end it. 3-4. That's a strikeout chance. 12. It's going to get him, and that's going to do it. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. Tigers win. Tigers win. The Tigers win. 5-3 your final. Tigers win it. Lolich the winner. Catfish Hunter the loser. John Hiller the save. And the Tigers take care of the Yankees by the score of 5-3 here on this NBC Game of the Week. Nate Colbert definitely the MVP of the game. A 3-run homer in the third, which was the difference. Lolich pitched pretty well, but you can't really ignore Nate Colbert's 3-run homer. That kind of set the tone and took care of everything. Let me see if I can total up the hits for these teams and give you a full line score if possible. I do know the Yankees committed several errors. Let's see, there's 2 there. So it looks like the Yankees made 2 errors and the Tigers made 1. So I can put that in there. Let's total up the hits first for the Yankees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hits for the Yankees. 3 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors for the Yankees. The Tigers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got them for 8 hits. 5, 8, and 1. So that leads me to believe the Yankees might have left a lot of guys on base. Let's see, left on base for the Yankees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got them for 9 left on. So that didn't help their cause. A couple double plays didn't help their cause. Getting a runner picked off first didn't help their cause. A lot of things didn't help their cause, but the guy that really didn't help their cause is a guy who was in the Expos uniform, and that's Nate Colbert. His 3-run homer took care of business. Yankees go down to defeat, and now the rain's coming back again, heavy and harder, just like last time. It was a lull, but it's back now in spades. So the Yankees win it lose it by a score of 5-3, and again, looking ahead for the next 2 weeks, these are your matchups. Next week, it'll be the Dodgers and Doug Rao against the Giants and John D. Akisto. That will be next Saturday. And then 2 weeks from today, it'll be the Cincinnati Reds hosting the Atlanta Braves. Rorik Harrison against Gary Nolan. Those will be the next 2 outings in the National League. And then 3 weeks from today will be Montreal hosting the Houston Astros. So we have 3 straight National League games coming up. So it'll be lots of pitchers hitting, double switches, pinch hitting, bullpen usage, and so forth before we get back to the American League and the autopilot kind of managing that they do in the American League. Of course, now they do it in all the leagues because of the universal DH. So that's going to do it from here. Once again, final score, Tigers 5, Yankees 3. And I got to go batten down the hatches, I think, and see if there are animals going 2 by 2 somewhere with all this stuff coming down. So thank you all for tuning in on this Saturday and spending part of your Saturday with me. Until next time, and the next video should be probably on Monday. I'm going to upload, or I might do it tomorrow, I haven't decided, Game 2 of the Demolition League between the Mariners and the Astros, where the Mariners hold a 1-0 lead. And then a couple days later will be the 2022 Yankees in the payoff pitch replay as they visit on their first road trip. They will be at Camden Yards to visit the Baltimore Orioles, where it'll be a couple of Jordan's going. Jordan Montgomery of the Yankees against Jordan Lyles for the Orioles. That'll be a first of a 3-game set. And then they will go on to take the Tigers. So, ironically, Yankees and Tigers will be at Tigers. Well, it won't be Tiger Stadium. It'll be Comerica Park, I guess, in the 2022 replay. So, having a lot of fun with that one. And kind of gives me something modern to play. And also gives me payoff pitch to go into. So, inside pitch, payoff pitch, both excellent games. And, Strat's okay too. Just from doing the Demolition League for basically all winter long, I'm kind of stratted out. So kind of nice to get a break from that. I do want to go ahead and finish that up though and put a bow tie on that project and be done with it. Some best of 5 finals, and Seattle leads at 1-0. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.